Hey, I'm Gretchen Men, and I'm working with Breedlove and Sweetwater to demonstrate their exclusive collaboration, which is the Draco Series. The special line of high-end acoustics is in celebration of Breedlove's US-made companion guitars. And in this video, we'll be checking out all 4 body shapes. The compact and powerful companion, the fingerstyle superstar, the Concertina Parlor, the ultra-versatile concert, and the wall of sound that is the Concerto Dreadnought. Before we dive into what makes each of these unique, let's look at the specs that they share. Sinker redwood tops, East Indian rosewood back and sides, deep red bloodwood binding with red dino inlays, which is where they get their name, Draco, a narrower net width, 1 11/16 of an inch, an Evo gold frets and gold hardware. Looking closely at the tone woods, we have East Indian rosewood back and sides, which are selected for the quality of grain and color. A sinker redwood top. Sinker refers to wood that's salvaged from river and lake beds, in this case the tree's native California, and this type of tone wood is sought after because the underwater environment prevents the woods from oxidizing, which some builders believe makes the wood lighter and stiffer. And so by pairing the rosewood with the redwood and a long sustaining mahogany neck, the Draco guitars offer an especially warm tone without sacrificing clear, articulate trebles. What was particularly interesting to me is that because of the consistency of all of these specs and materials and other aspects of the instruments, there's an opportunity to explore how much body shape impacts sound. So whether you're considering investing in something really special like this Draco series, or just want to figure out what body shape might make most sense for your playing purposes, I hope this video might help provide a little bit of insight. Prior to having the opportunity to really compare these instruments, I had only the most kind of cursory understanding of how body shape affects guitars' sound. So bigger means louder and warmer, smaller is a little bit more articulate and defined. Yeah, bigger instruments do lend themselves to moving a little bit more air, but it's kind of surprising how much volume you can get out of these smaller instruments as well. So it's a bit more nuanced. And I think a lot has to do with you as the player and how you interact with the instrument. We decided to go with familiar Led Zeppelin songs. That way you guys could hear songs that might be familiar to you on these instruments so you could best understand how the shape affects the sound. And I have tried to pair up pieces that I think best showcase certain strengths of the guitar. Okay, so I have to acknowledge there's no substitute for actually picking up an instrument and seeing how it feels in your hands and how you perceive it with your ears. No two musicians are going to get the exact same perception or the exact same tone from any instrument, and we're talking about stuff that can be pretty subjective. But I'll do my best to describe what I feel and what I hear as objectively as possible, and hope that might at least prove to be a helpful starting place for some of you. Okay, this is the companion. This one is small but mighty, not just a travel guitar, but would definitely be my go-to if I were going to be doing a lot of traveling. And it's probably the closest feeling to an electric guitar from a player's perspective. So if you're new to acoustic guitar, or if you're much more comfortable on electric guitar, this will probably be the one for you. It has really great articulation, especially for like single note stuff, but you can still get really beautiful, warm tones, especially I was able to find with my fingers. So this would be my top recommendation for anybody just getting into acoustic guitar, for anyone who plans to travel with their instrument a lot, for anyone for whom comfort is a primary concern, and for anybody where like a shorter scale length might be especially helpful. And also the fact that it isn't like automatically a super loud guitar can help encourage a player to develop and maintain good authoritative attack, which is one of the most important aspects of being able to get really great sound regardless of the instrument. It is so easy to fall in love with the Concertina Parlor. It's compact yet very versatile. It's made to excel at fingerstyle. So if that's your main area of focus, this would probably be the one for you. And it'd be my main recommendation for anyone whose inclinations lean towards fingerstyle. Maybe if you're planning to do some single note stuff and you want lots of definition. It'd also be my top pick for anybody maybe who's like got bigger hands. A companion might feel a little bit too small. This one's still compact and would serve a similar purpose if comfort is a big priority for you. Here's the Concert. This is the ultimate hybrid. If you're a player who does it all, this is probably going to be the one for you. I have this one in a CA, CG, CE tuning, and it's been holding it surprisingly well. It's a very altered tuning. The low E is down a whole major third, which is significant and can cause tuning problems on a lot of instruments. Full disclosure, my custom Breedlove is a Concert. It wasn't an easy decision, but I went with it because of the flexibility. That was the most important thing to me. And it moves so easily between like quiet, delicate fingerstyle and like crisp single notes and really big three-dimensional sounding chords and beautiful harmonics if you're so inclined. Here is the Concerto Dreadnought. If you want a wall of sound Here is your guitar. If you're a smaller human like I am, this guitar is going to feel pretty substantial, but it's still totally playable, basically a dreadnought. So that means you're going to get unparalleled volume and huge sound. That doesn't mean you can't get lovely, delicate single note articulation. It just means you'll have to work a little bit harder for it, as that's just not what this is designed to do. I do happen to love the warmth of tone you can get with just your fingers when playing arpeggios too. My takeaway and bottom line. Each body shape has its own unique area of strength where you'll have the least amount of work to do to bring out a particular quality in the instrument. But the comfort and taste of the player is also really, really important. So when choosing a body shape, consider, I would say, at least 3 main points. First, what you want sonically. Second, what the guitar is most suited to do musically. And third, what will be the most comfortable for you as a player. The more you pick up your guitar, the better it's going to sound. And there's so much you can do already just with your hands and your fingers. The more you play the instrument, the better you and it will get to develop a symbiosis, and you'll be able to get all the sounds that you really want from it. So I know we barely scratched the surface with this video. We were trying to be quick and concise, but there's lots more we could get into. If there's something you would like to see or hear in a future video, leave your votes in the comments and we'll see if we can get that done for you. As always, thank you so much for joining me here. I wish you all the best on your musical journeys.